I was living in Kiev,
Yeah.
and my friend and I, we were going to Kharkov to get our PR. So we're just going to go and do permanent data capturing and then tone prints. Then while we were entering Kharkov, we got a phone call that the war had begun in the city and we cannot come back, cannot leave. It was a bit crazy. Rejection is the most difficult part of job hunting because, like I said, you're having a very high expectation. You'll be like, I know, as I killed this, the CV and the letter, the motivation letter, but then the man tell you, unfortunately, and yeah, it's kind of depressing, but yeah.
I never entered bus. Never. I'm like, I'm too big for entering buses.
Must be nice.
Who would enter taxi?
Yeah.
I'm looking taxi, like
Lifestyle.
when I now first came to Netherlands, I was like, I cannot enter in bus, so waiting. And I was carrying taxi. What I was saying, I wanted 20 euros. 30 euros. I was like, wait. In 1 week, I almost spent 200. I said, you know what? Now go and humble yourself. Just change.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Finance Chat with Maryam. And today I have another of my friend here. Her name is Terry. I met Terry in Netherlands, also in one of the games.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Terry, tell me. First of all, how are you?
Well, I'm doing okay, and it's a bit rocky, but I'm always trying to stay positive, but I'm actually okay. Yeah.
In general.
Yeah. In general, I'm actually okay, I think. Yeah.
And how was your week? Do you want to tell us about your week, your weekend?
Actually, my week, I've been off work since Thursday. So basically, I'm just home trying to like distress and also maybe put in more effort in job hunting and all that. Yeah. But after everything has been okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And how's the job hunting going?
It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it's time consuming. Then the expectations you wait, you have like high opportunities or maybe motivation to do something, then start getting rejections, then it just tones it down again. Like so it's crazy. It's a whirlwind, but after all, but I think I always try to keep myself positive to tell myself that okay, you know what, something might still come out of everything at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of role are you looking for at the moment?
Okay. I have a background in sociology and international relations, but from what I've seen, I cannot apply it. I cannot apply to it anywhere.
Really? Why is that?
No, because it's whenever I want to go into a field in international relations, they
Yeah.
tend to ask me for experiences in the field of maybe humanitarian work or
Yeah.
voluntary work or something that have to do with embassy or diplomacy. And I don't have any kind of experience in that aspect. However, I just have skills. I don't have anything that has to do with my profession. So now I have more of an experience in logistics, like supply chain, and maybe a little bit of cybersecurity because I learned that myself. So yeah, that's what I think I can do right now. So yeah, I'm checking everywhere on the internet what's there for what I think I can do. Yeah.
Really? And what's the most difficult part of job hunting?
Rejection. Rejection is the most difficult part of job hunting because, like I said, you're having a very high expectation. You'll be like, I
I
know,
killed this.
as I killed this, the CV and the letter, the motivation letter, but then they come and tell you, unfortunately, and yeah, it's kind of depressing. But yeah, what can we do? We just move forward.
And before your job hunting, what were you doing before?
I was living in Ukraine. So I came to the Netherlands 2022 February during the war.
So
And
that's 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I came here because of the war, and it was a bit difficult to settle in because it was like a big change for me, or more or less a culture shock because the life in Ukraine is different. I lived there for 9 years, and then coming here and everything is different. The transportation, living, the method of working, schooling, everything is different. So it was a big culture shock and a big change for me. But then I started trying to adapt myself quickly with the help of also Ayo, because he went to Covenant with me.
Yeah.
And it kind of helps me to integrate fast, and also because of the way I tend to maybe put myself out there. I don't say fully, but I try to put myself out there so that I can be able to immerse myself with the community and see how far I can go.
Yeah, I think you're like one of the most social people I know. Because I mean, I think you started coming to the games. Was it beginning of this year?
No, last year summer when they did the sports.
The sport.
Inter-house, yes.
Yeah, and now everybody like basically knows Terry. And then I was like, yeah. And then you're like so social, like a social butterfly. Like
I'm not even as social as before. I think the world just had a way of dimming my light a bit, because I was into social media before. I was always on TikTok, or always someone that had my opinions. I'm always on the internet giving my opinions. I really did not care who you are. Even if you're my friend and you cross me and I know that you were wrong, I will address it. And also like topics, I talk about it. Yeah. So it wasn't something that I was shying away from. But during the war and everything, it was just a drastic shift for me. And I'm trying to recuperate myself back. So yeah, that's what's happening with me so far.
What would you say is the biggest effect that war had on you?
Honestly, I tell people that I'm grateful it happened, not in a bad way. Like, I'm grateful in a good way, because if I did not have the chance to move out of Ukraine, I wouldn't have been able to see more opportunities outside Ukraine. I was just telling, I was very comfortable in Ukraine. I was telling myself that, okay, this is fine. I don't
Like
need
you're
to.
going to stay.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at any prospects, and maybe even if I wanted to leave, I was like, to take me forever. But it pushed me out of my comfort zone, and it made me reset my brain back that I need to strive, because that's how my spirit has always been. I always want to strive, but I went to Ukraine, I became too relaxed. So it is the good thing about it. It pushed me out of my comfort zone. It made me realize that I still need to push and move forward so that I can make it to myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like a great lesson that not only you, everyone needs to learn.
Yeah.
But like the interesting thing is, how was it like? Because I would say Ukraine to Netherlands is like so far.
Yeah, it is.
So how did you journey like from Ukraine to Netherlands? Because it must have been difficult during the war time.
During the war, it was very difficult because for instance, like when when the war started, me and my friend, because I live in Kiev, I was living in Kiev.
Yeah.
And my friend and I, we were going to Kharkov to get our PR. So we're just going to go and do permanent data capturing and then thumbprints. Then while we were entering Kharkov, we got a phone call that the war has begun in the city and we cannot come back, cannot leave. It was a bit crazy. We spent 1 week in Kharkov. Then the time we decided to leave, it was also like crazy. The train was jam-packed. We could not really breathe. Then it was chaotic. And then finally, me and my friends, we went through Slovakia. I don't know, people went through Poland, but me and my friends, we went through Slovakia border. And from there, a friend of us called us in Netherlands and said, oh, come to Netherlands.
Yeah.
So that's how we left. And it took us almost like 36 hours to get from Slovakia to Netherlands because of the stop, and checking. It was draining because of the numerous stops we had to go to. But then we reached Frankfurt. And from Frankfurt, it was way much easier for us now to enter the Netherlands. Then I got here, I went to Eindhoven, then Helmond, then I came back to Amsterdam.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you've traveled to more cities than I've
Yeah.
And I came here way before you.
It's just because of the experience I was in. So the opportunity just gave me, then plus the school, because I didn't want to remain as refugee.
Yeah.
So I had to change. I didn't want to be tagged as a refugee. So I told myself I want to change my status. So Ayo told me about the program, a traineeship in Amsterdam. I got in, and like, I don't know, I don't know how it happened, but God just made it easier for me, because the man was like wholly ready to help me. Maybe because I came from Ukraine, I don't know, but he was like, I'll help you with everything. He kind of helped my bank statement with his bank statement and everything. So he kind of helped me with opening, and yeah, so far so good. I always tell myself not to think too much about it, because I'm always panicking towards the end of when something is about to finish. Then at the tail end, something miraculously happened, and I'm like, okay, let me just keep keep an open mind and just be praying something good happens at the end. Yeah, that's what I just tell myself all the time. I don't like to think too much about it.
Yeah, I can basically imagine. And would you say like the Netherlands was welcoming to you when you came?
Yeah, they were. I didn't have any documents when I came to Netherlands. I didn't have any passport, no nothing. So they were like, okay, you know what? Because I had to show them what I had, a digital copy. So they were like, okay, you know what? This is fine for now. But like I said, I didn't want to remain under that status. I need to move. I don't want to be dependent on them. Maybe because as a Nigerian, this kind of attitude that we have, that we don't want to this. I don't want to be depending on anybody. Let me just
Yeah, I want to be on my
yeah,
own.
I
I
want
want
to
to
be,
be- I want
yeah,
to
I
be
need to
for
depend on
myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just move forward with what I can, and yeah, so far so good. It has been blissful, sort of, but yeah, I cannot complain.
I think that's the most important thing. As
Yeah,
long as you're still doing okay and
yeah.
fine. And I don't know if I may ask, is there a reason why you decided not to go to Nigeria after the war in Ukraine?
Uh, I wanted to at some point. But my mom was adamant on it. She was like, I don't want you to come back to Nigeria. I really don't know why, but she was, aside from the fact that I live in the north, I live in Kaduna, and my mom was like, oh, I've not been in the country for a very long time. So me coming back and things have changed, I might be a very high target for them to kidnap me because of the Kaduna Abuja road.
Oh my god!
So my mom was like, no, 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 just find a way to keep yourself there, even if you don't stay in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Find another country to go to, but don't come back to Nigeria. She was just scared, and she didn't just want me to come back and now get stuck in Nigeria. She didn't want that to happen for me, so she said, okay, find a way to just make yourself stay there, and everything will come out well for you.
Interesting. You mentioned you went to Covenant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You spoke about that briefly. But
Yeah.
So, what did you study in Covenant?
I did sociology. My bachelor's was in sociology. That was not my initial program,
What
but
what did you want to do?
international relations actually. But then I got into sociology because I really don't know what happened. I don't even remember what happened, but I got in second semester. I didn't start the full year. I got in second semester, and I had to catch up. Then, luckily for me, as I was doing my as I applied for my masters, they gave me international relations. So I said, okay.
Also, it was immediately after your bachelor's that you went to Ukraine for your
Oh,
masters.
actually, no, I did my service, NYC. That was actually the first time I gained my independence because I went to Air Force Girls. I didn't have that much freedom. Then went to Covenant. This
Air Force Girls.
Air Force Girls just. And then I went to Covenant with no much freedom. Then I was now going to go
Advanced
for
high school.
exactly. So I was now going for my NYSC. My mom was telling me, "Oh, come back to Kaduna, mom." I said, "You and who? I'm not coming anywhere. I'm just going to stay." Actually, I was relocated. I was transferred to Yoruba. I can't remember the Yoruba state. While I was there trying to, look for how to enter the NYSC camp, my friend calls me that I've been redeployed to Abuja. And I was like, I didn't know what, but I went back. My dad was living there. So I went there. So my mom was also, okay, since I'm now in Abuja, I should go and live with my dad. My dad said, no, I don't have any form of independence. I don't even know how to move around on my own. So I should learn to live on my own.
Yeah.
So my dad just rented a house for me for 2 years and said, go and sit down there and figure yourself out.
Must be nice.
It was nice. But before then, the thing is, with regarding your show, finance, it's a very bad thing that we don't learn about it when we're growing up. Because when I was going for NYC, I did not understand what it was to find an apartment. I didn't even know, because when they were asking me, what's your budget? I was like, what do you mean, what's your budget? I was so
So you had to look for the apartment yourself.
I had to look for the apartment myself before my dad said, okay. But dad wanted me to learn all these things. That was why he was
difficult.
Yeah. So when people are asking me what's my budget, and I'm like, what do you mean what's my budget? I don't even understand what you mean.
Am I supposed to have a budget?
Exactly. Am I supposed to have a budget to look for a house? They were laughing at me, but I didn't even understand. But it was a friend of mine, and I said, "Oh no, you need a range to know how much you're looking for." And I didn't know. And I had to ask my dad, "What's the range you want to pay for?" My father said, "Figure it out." So my dad was not even taking kind on me. He was like, I think he was just being strict on me because he wanted me to just learn the hard way. because he has accompanied me all my life, and he was like, okay, no, you cannot keep going like that.
So you have to figure this thing out yourself.
So my friends kind of helped me out, and so they kind of so going back and forth, everything was Covenant University, international relations. Yeah.
So you were in Abuja for 2 years then?
Yeah, I was up there for 2 years before I left for Ukraine.
And within those 2 years, because I know NYC is a year, and the year after that, what did you do?
I stayed in Abuja. I was working for a furniture company in Silverbed.
But I had opportunities with my friends when we watching movies, stream movies. Because my friend was the manager of the cinema. So
I should have known you around then.
it was actually interesting. But yeah, it was actually a fun time when I was staying in Abuja. I made a lot of friends. Almost all my friends were models. So I was, you can imagine me being amongst the shortest amongst all my
Is there any of them that is popular that way?
No. I don't know. I don't know. She's not popular. I don't know if she's popular, but
I think I've mentioned the name. I probably
I don't know.
because I don't think I
because they all left. Some of the only one that has remained, but the rest have left Nigeria and they are different parts of the world. So I'm not really following up like that.
Yeah, same. Yeah, interesting. So you work for a furniture company?
Yeah.
As what?
I was a sales rep, so I had to be. But it wasn't more of. I think that's what made me hate sales, because I hated the fact that I had to be convincing the clients to buy the furniture. I hated it, but I had to do it because it was paying me. So yeah.
And was that like your first official job?
Honestly, I don't even remember if that was my first official job, because while I was in Covenant, I had opportunity of going out with some of my friends to more or less, it wasn't actually. I think the first official job I had was because we owned a cafe in Kaduna, Saba Cafe. That was where
Like
I
your
learned my parents, my family. That's where I had to learn my IT skill. That's where I'm self-learned. So that was where I was earning my mom was paying us. I think then she was paying us 10K. What year per month? That was like before I entered Covenant, this was 2000 and so I just finished secondary school. So it was 2005, 2006. Yeah.
Where were you when I did?
I was in
Thank you.
Kaduna. I was in Kaduna, but then my mom, she was just giving us like the money. But I don't even know what I did with my money. To today, I don't even remember. I think I was just being a child and just spending it on rubbish. But when I say rubbish, more or less on gadget, because I was a tomboy growing up. I was into games, I hated makeup, I hated anything feminine. But my sisters and my mom just turned my life around. I said, you know what, you're a girl.
So you have to act like a girl.
Behave yourself.
Yeah. Anytime. And then, I find it interesting that your mom was paying you guys to work at the server, because ideally I would expect that your mom would be like, you're doing nothing in the house. You go to the server cafe and be working. Like this do you know why she was paying you guys?
At first she didn't want to. Yeah. But I think she discussed with my dad. I really don't know. But I know that at first they made it more like an incentive for us to come to work so that we can but although it benefited us on the long run, because I won't say for every part of my sibling, but myself, my elder brother was in the country. All of us started that business together. So myself mainly and my elder brother, we are like into the whole IT thing, but we taught ourselves IT from our cafe.
Yeah.
My other siblings were just they add more of admin, but it kind of helped us learn software hardware on our own. And like I said, it was an incentive my mom just thought of because she's an accountant. And she said, what's the best way to satisfy my kids? Because she knows the kind of children she has. We will not just come and just working freely like that. So yeah, it kind of helped us. And although even if she paid us, we were still putting most of it back into the cafe, maybe to buy supplies, and maybe for repairs or something like that. And it was eventful. Because at some point I had fights with customers.
I can imagine.
When I say fight, it's mostly guys. I was fighting with guys.
So do you used to rock it or just argue?
Not argue, physical fights. Because there's some guys that want to behave like they want to behave like they are mad. they want to disrespect, like, because they say that it's a girl. Because my
Yeah.
mom doesn't always come there every time. So personally, I'm running the place for her or my sister. Then I don't know why in Nigeria when they see a female figure,
Yeah. I
might
feel like they can
something.
step over you. Like you
Exactly.
don't know what you're doing.
And I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So, and again, I went to military school. You cannot be doing that kind of nonsense near me. I even have some bruises to show on my back that when I fought with one guy like that. So, but the thing is that the funny thing is that it was a very weird and nice experience for me.
Yeah.
But the money, it wasn't so much. But as I did, money made sense back then, and I didn't know how to manage my money. I was just spending it anyhow. I was like, what am I saving money for? I'm at my parents' house. I'm eating free food, everything. So I didn't see anything or any point of saving money. Yeah.
And you said your mom was an accountant. He's an
accountant.
He's an accountant. Did she ever like teach you about money, finances?
That's the thing. The thing is that when she tried to teach us, I don't think we're not paying attention. That's why I kept telling people that the only thing I know is balance sheets. I just know. But although she's today, she still tries to like chip it in sometimes. Like whenever I'm trying to make anything about, my mom is very like math and my mom, they're best friends. We're trying to calculate something, and I'm there using calculator to calculate. My mom just gives me the answer every day. Like, and I'm like, okay, mommy, show off. So it's okay.
An interesting thing that I just remembered that you're talking. I don't know why my mom used to do this, but when I was younger, my mom used to randomly make me calculate things in my head. So she says things like, let's say this, you say 100 times 5. This was 2 plus 3. This. I had to learn how to, like, even now, I noticed that, like, when somebody tells me, I don't know, I think now it has become like a rapid response. Like, nobody's asking me, right? I can just be in the office and my manager says, 275 plus 20. I feel the need
to start
calculating it without the answer. So I don't know. So am I kind of like, I don't know, maybe I just said that because you said your mom, like,
yeah, my mom does that. Like, she'll just call, she'll be like, oh, maybe it's quite embarrassing. My mom will still like till now that I'm older, my mom will be saying something and I'll be like, wait, let me use my calculator. She said,
you should know how to calculate that in your head.
In your head. By now, why is it calculator? Then before I even say Jack, she's already said the answer.
Mm-hmm.
But then she's always tried to teach us how to do finance, little way we can. Yeah. So that was the reason why she started paying us. But I think the only thing we did not try to learn. Maybe she tried to teach us, but I don't even remember.
Yeah.
First of all, was paying us, and also how to manage our funds. But then, as children, we didn't understand managing our funds. So whatever she said to, when I'm talking to kids, like coming out of the going out like,
you're not like anymore.
Exactly. So I think she did try to teach us, but we're not just paying much attention to it. So, but I think the person that actually did learn that was my other sister. So that one, she's
very good at finances.
She's very good at the finances, and while me, I'm just like.
So your older sister was the one that learned.
And it kind of helped in a way because she's very, very organizing, and she even does her YouTube channel. So I think that's actually what also helped her.
Yeah.
Organization, finances. Because there's sometimes that I'll need money and I'm like, ugh, because I remember that I did not save. I was like, oh my god, where do I need money? So the next time I want to ask is my other sister. Yeah. And she's always there to bail me out. So yeah, that's actually one helpful thing. And it has been a massive struggle for me in terms of finances because I never knew how to, account for what I do or whatever I'm making. I had the mentality that I just make money to spend it. I don't make money to save or to. I was like, I'm a baby girl, so let me just be going like that. So it was kind of difficult. But this country kind of humbled me because the mentality I had in Ukraine was just to make money and spend. So when I came to this country, I had to learn. That's kind of my lifestyle has kind of reduced. So I'm like trying to separate. So it was a very serious change for me. Now I'm trying to save because I'm like, I cannot be entering club. I'm spending
and just be
like spraying money anyhow
or
spending everything is just finished. When I first came to this country, shocker, because in Ukraine I never entered bus. Never. I'm like, I'm too big for entering buses.
Must be
I
nice.
was always entering
Baby
taxi.
girl.
I was entering taxi like very.
Lifestyle.
When I now first came to Netherlands, I was like, I cannot enter in bus, so waiting. And I I was carrying taxi. When I was saying, my money, 20 euros. 30 euros. I was like, wait. In 1 week, I've almost spent 200. I said, you know what? Now go and humble yourself.
Just humble you.
Change. Because whenever I want to caution myself, I use my language name. I address myself by my language name, Nagwa. I'm like, Nagwa, calm down. Just
relax.
So I started learning how to take bus. Then I was first using the normal card, the OV card that they had. That's the anonymous card. So that was what I was using before. I now had to invest in the personal one. Yeah, but so far so good. I'm happy that I came to Netherlands. If I swear to God, I will not be able to be financially responsible for my money if I didn't come to this country. I'll not be spending scattered me anyhow.
So we can say the country has done something good.
Yeah.
So long story short, we can end the show now because at least now we know how she saves her money. Netherlands helps her save it.
Yeah, Netherlands helped me save my money.
Okay. Well, I'm very curious because you mentioned like you seem really like I have money, I need to spend it. Where do you think that mindset comes from?
I'm here. I don't think that, like I said, they don't teach us how to save money in Nigeria. So I grew up with the fact that you make money to spend it because it's only one life you have.
Yeah.
And definitely a super net country you're in, yes to save money, but if you're not now enjoying your money and you die, who spend your money for you? So I make money and I spend money, but then when I came to Europe, especially Netherlands, it kind of changed my perspective that okay, you can still spend money and save. So yeah, a lot of my extravagant outings have drastically reduced because I'm more into trying to conserve and stuff, and also because I was not really spending my money at them, so it wasn't something that was considering me. But now that I'm spending my own money, I'm like, okay, you know what? Relax, just save money for now. So yeah.
So you mentioned saving a lot, quite a lot. How are you deciding what you're going to save? Like, how would you describe your knowledge of personal finance? Like, oh, this is what I'm going to save, this is what I'm going to invest, this is what I'm going to do. Like, how would you describe it?
Okay, can I be very honest with you with regards to saving? I think I started getting the hang of saving like I think 2-3 months ago. Yeah. I was just saving. I was just like, okay, you know what? I want to just when my salary comes out, like I just take it like some chunk and keep it aside. But when I told my friend that even when I'm keeping it aside, I'm still, putting my hands in and spending the savings, then he now told me that okay, this is how he was doing it.
Yeah.
All right, and he was telling me like a friend of his also taught me this, and he taught me about it. So told me because I'm paid weekly, so anytime I'm receiving my money, he showed me how to split it. Like he gave me an instant like
It's going to show to the level right here. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn, my
Okay.
dear.
So he gave me a rough estimate that supposedly I'm making like because I'm being paid weekly. So he said, for instance, if you get an amount of 500 per week, so he asked what am I spending money for? So I told
Just
him
to be clear, we're talking about 500 euros.
Euros per week, yeah. So in that sense, okay, if you are being paid 500 euros per week, let us use that as an example. What he said, what are your expenses? I said my rent, my insurance, my transportation, then some of my bills like OB chip, no, not OB, yeah, OB chip, and my subscription, my mobile subscription, and all that. So he told me, okay, he now broke down. Okay, so for my rent, how much I pay, put it aside, and also we stated everything accordingly. Then it's okay if you are receiving 500 per week, you take out an amount of money and set aside. Like let's say for the first week, well, I think I have it on my phone. So basically, it's like week one. Yeah, week one, you make your rent for 250. Your transport, you take it out. So, and then my savings, I can take out this one. Then my other expenses that I want to spend for the week, then I put it out. Then in total, I've already spent 500. But I've already taken out everything that is essential, and then I do it per week. Yeah. So till I get to week 4, I've already saved my rent money, and I've saved money out for my subscription or my insurance, everything, and I still have some change left for me to play with. So
as I'm saving, and the savings that are coming there is 120, 120, 120. That's like a rough estimate if I make it.
Yeah, but what percentage is calculated? Do you know?
Wait, he told me, oh my god, I forgot how he mentioned it. 25, something like that.
25%.
Yeah, 25. The way he said 25, 25, 25, I can't remember how he
Because
said
125 out of 500 is 25%. So it has to be 25% of the income.
No, like the way, I don't know if there was a way he made mention of it, but I really don't know. But he was the way he mentioned there was a percentage, something like that. Maybe I'll ask him and then I'll revert back to him. But he told me that this is how it is. And I was like, it actually has been working.
And you do this every week or every month?
No, because I'm being paid weekly, so I do it every week.
Yeah.
And at the end of the month, because I don't save in my accounts, I use my revenues to save my extra expense. So that's once that is for me, I save it in my revenues. Then the ones I want to spend, that's bank accounts.
If you your bank account,
ABN AMRO and ING. So the reason why, because when you first come to the Netherlands, you don't have the BSN. So
BSN, yeah.
BSN. So the place that you can actually make for free without using BSN and ABN AMRO.
Yeah.
So that's why I opened ABN AMRO. But I prefer the ING. So when I got my BSN, I went to open ING. So whenever I want to make any kind of little transaction, I use my AMRO. I send money from my ING to my AMRO for any of my expenses I want to pay. Maybe I always do Apple Pay. I don't even carry cash anywhere anymore. So I'm cashless society. It's fine.
How would you go? I imagine how it's going to be. Do you know anytime I go to Nigeria, and they're like, it's because we press up backwards.
Well, even yesterday I was with I can't remember who I was with. We were trying to pay for something. He was bringing out cash. I was like, it's a cashless society. Why are we used to carry cash in Europe or something like that? I can't remember, but I was making a joke of it. Yeah, it was. That's how the guy taught me how to manage my finance, and that's actually when I learned in how many years of my life how to actually save. It has been a couple of months and a couple of months ago that I learned how to properly start saving my money.
And do you know what you're saving for right now?
I'm not saving for rainy days because I don't even know what I'm saving for. I'm just saving for rainy day because you don't know anything can happen.
Yeah.
And with the way it happened to me in Ukraine, I don't want what happened to me in Ukraine to be so again. Because I was like, as I said, I was spending without even thinking that anything going to happen. I did not save. So I did save, but the saving just entered voicemail because I did not return back to my house and everything. Because I wasn't putting my money in the bank. So it was a bit complicated as a foreigner there in Ukraine, because they'll be questioning you where you're getting your money from and all that. So so I practically lost my money, lost everything in Ukraine before moving to the Netherlands. Because when I came to the Netherlands, I came to the Netherlands with what I was wearing. I didn't lose my handbag, my jackets, my phone. Then my friends kind of helped me to buy like the luggage, extra clothes, and I came to the Netherlands with it. If not, your girl came to Netherlands broke.
You're like wearing the same
Broke
clothes
me.
for 1 week.
Huh?
You're saying you're wearing the same
Yes,
clothes.
now in Hakov, I was wearing the same thing one for 1 week.
Did you have to wash like?
Yes, I had to wash the night before. Like my undies, I had to wash my undies the night before. But then again, we're not really going out, so it wasn't. So even if I was going to repeat clothes, so what we're going to do was, if they were sounding, you're making a siren, we should go to the bunker, to the metro, because metro is underground. It's safer.
Yeah.
It's an alternative to a bunker. So you go to the metro and stay there. When the coast is clear, you come back out and stay in the building. Yeah. But
Do you know, I can't even like imagine like what kind of effect like your experience in Ukraine has kind of like, being used.
funny enough, I don't even know. Sometimes I forget that I actually went through that. I forget I went through the trauma because I try not to think about it. I don't know who I was gisting yesterday that it was bad for me, that my own trauma, I did not know I did not process my trauma until when I came to the Netherlands. And the way my trauma processed was when I did not remember 3 months of my life. And it was on my birthday, funny enough, on April 5, 2022. From that day to 3 months behind, I did not remember anything. I did not remember nothing that I did. And I was panicking because I called my mom. I was like, I don't remember anything. I don't remember nothing. My logins, my bank account, I don't remember anything. My friends were kind of helping me to remember most of the things, and also my twin sister was also doing running around because she was in Nigeria then. She was helping me to do the run around, to get my bank accounts, like to get my GT login and all that. So yeah, it was an eventful time, but I think again, I think what's even I don't even remember how or what because I didn't cry for any reason, but I don't know what made me just I don't even I think when I said get overwhelmed with Netherlands, I said I don't even know when I just burst out and then crying. But I was like, this is I don't know, is this my life? Something like that. But then I had to start telling myself that my own experience is different from other people. If other people's experience is different from mine, I shouldn't try to see that it's the same level that we are at. We are in different phase of life, so I should take my own one for the time. I was telling myself every time. Now I'm always trying to question myself, why am I still like this? Or when I'm trying to, I think a lot of it. I think too much, but I always try to tell myself at the end that I'm not um everybody is different from me.
You know, like every time I see and I hear your story again, like I still like I'm seeing all everything of everything that yeah, like it's still kind of like I'm always like so shocked like wait, this girl went to bills. That's kind of this thing. I had to still have time to save. If I went to this, I'll be spending every single time. Anytime I feel bad, I'm like, you guys don't know what I went through last 2 years. I deserve to spend it, I deserve to spend this money or something like that. That's basically what I'll be thinking about. But you mentioned like savings, and I asked you a question. That's what I'm going to like. Is this something you're saving towards? Because uh, at least I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert in this, but there's this thing where they're like, oh, you should have like emergency savings, and also like people always make the mistake that they're just saving. Like you're not supposed to just be saving. They're supposed to like save for
You really
rainy days, like you are doing right now, and then the rest, like invest, and then situations where maybe you want to make a big purchase, you can also like save towards that or something. So that's why I asked you the question: is there something you're saving towards? And then it said it is.
Yeah, so most of the time I tell myself I'm saving for the rainy days. But then in that my savings, I'm actually splitting it into two again. That one is for mainly like probably emergency. Yeah. And like any little miscellaneous that I know that I can get rid of immediately and it can help me with that. So I don't touch the because I split it into two. Even the savings is for rainy day, but I split it into two. One for my little spending and maybe if I want to go for food, that I just tap out of it. And the other one is my strictly savings. Yeah. I can't say what I have now is what I want to use to invest. Yeah. But I just use it. I tell myself that okay, probably when I keep saving, it will help me or gather more knowledge. When I'm gathering more knowledge on how to like invest, I can use that in terms of investing, maybe in properties, because I hate stock markets. It's unpredictable. I do not like it. I did work in a financial market and I know what it took in financial market. And I told myself that I don't think I can invest. It's too much stress, too much headache, and I'm not going to be good at it. So I just told myself, me, I'm not doing this. So I rather go into real estate.
Are you mixing up investing and trading?
No, it's both. So I'm not mixed because when I was into when I'm saying trading because when you're buying stocks and you're doing that, sometimes you have to trade sometimes for some of the stocks that you want to get. And from my knowledge, now I'm working in financial institution, it was a bit tricky because even if you are buying stock, sometimes if you're not careful, you might make a bad buy. Yeah. And it will now trample your money. And that's it. It's a bit frustrating to just because you need to be very focused if you're going to go into stock markets.
So you find trading very basically you're not into investment then.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't
So
like
we know.
trading. So, I prefer
all
real
this
estate.
real estate, gold income.
No, I'm not into like I said anything that has to do with stocks. But I may look into gold, but I don't know. It's a fast stretch for me.
Yeah.
So I prefer real estate, but I have to really make a lot of research regarding that because that one too is crazy.
I'm just going to ask this, or do I feel like I know your answer? Do you invest in crypto?
I was before.
How can you say you don't like investment and still go and invest in crypto?
No, I just said that the time when I was in financial markets, that was when I was doing crypto, but I just stopped doing it because I did work for a financial institution and I didn't like the hassle and the stress in terms of the trading and everything or investing in this kind of things. So I just told myself, no, I'm not doing this.
Never in my life.
I know what people are suffering, so I don't want to suffer it myself.
And what would you say was the best financial decision you've ever made?
Actually, when this friend of mine taught me how to manage my funds, that was actually the first time I was like, I took a breather. I was not always panicking that, oh my God, I'm going to be short of money. I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. It's helped me because it's going to also help me along the line in the future too, that I'm going to have a saving grace so that if I'm out of job, for instance, I have something to fall back on. I just don't want to have that fear of not having funds to support myself in any way or whenever I needed money because I was always doing that. I don't have money. So that was actually the turning point that I actually felt relieved a bit that I was like, okay, I have something. I can comfortably say I have something.
Yeah. And you're comfortable with like the financial decisions you're making right now?
Right now, yeah. It's not much, but for now, because I'm still new in the Netherlands, I'm still trying to make my way around. So
I feel like that's like the most important thing. As long as you're comfortable in like the financial decision you're making, it doesn't really matter. Like I don't think I feel like a lot of people assume that financial decision or being comfortable has to do with like how much you're earning.
Yeah, exactly.
It has nothing to do with like how much income you have. It's about how you can manage what you have.
Exactly.
Because whether I like it or not, I don't think there's anything like such as enough. I'm sure even Elon Musk wants something more.
They all want something more. Why do you think he's inventing Tesla and doing space movement, space travel? They always still want more. That's the problem with money.
Yeah, so as long as you know how to at least handle what you have currently, so you always know that when more comes, you would also deal with it like equally and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And leaning towards that, what would you say is the worst financial decision you've ever made? That sometimes when you sleep, you can even still see it. It's giving you nightmares.
The time when I used to spend money, is like I can see it. Like me, I'm a gadget freak.
Yeah.
I would rather spend my money on gadgets than spend my money on food.
Anyway.
That's me. I like eating, I'll prefer eating out than even cooking because I like to explore and try new food. But then when I see gadgets, I know that it's going to be beneficial for me, which I may or may not use, but I fancy it. Yeah. I always spend my money on the most ridiculous things. So in a way, yeah.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever bought for your money?
Wait, I have to think because I know there are some stupid things I've been buying.
Just go with the one that first comes to your mind. It means that's the most stupid one.
I think the one I bought, I think it was, what did I even buy? I'm trying to, I just recently bought it. So I'm trying to remember, there are a couple of things I bought. I know that I don't need this tripod, phone, this thing. I don't need it because I don't vlog.
Yeah, also you got a phone tripod.
Like I ordered for that and I'm like, I don't vlog. So why am I buying it? But I was like,
I might vlog one day.
Who knows, I might vlog, but I know I will not do it. But like, let me
just buy it. I understand.
And when I buy it, it's just sitting pretty. Like now I went to go and buy speakers. I barely use the speakers, but I went to go and buy speakers.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I just was like, oh, okay, cool. It's cute, and it's on a discount. Okay, why not?
Why not?
I go for it.
You know, for me, it's not like gadget. It's more like household stuff. Like sometimes I buy like random household stuff. Like I'm like, oh, this is cute. And I'm trying to tell myself like, do you really need this? I'm like, I mean, right now, but I can see me using it sometime in the future.
Now that you talk about household tools, I also buy, since I came to Netherlands, I'm always like, oh, this thing is nice. Oh, this thing is nice. Yeah. I'm like always, like I even bought a set of I won't say sets. It's more like a two-in-one, like a mop stick that also brings out water and everything. Do you know? I told myself that, you know what, I'm going to be using it to be cleaning my room. I don't want to be using vacuum or everything. Like, yeah, I still use the vacuum cleaner to clean my room. I'm not even, I think it's still packed. I'm not even unboxed it. It's still there, sitting down in my room, enjoying dust. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's just, I just go to different, like, especially, that's why sometimes I limit myself from going out, especially to Action and all those places. Because when I enter Action, like, this is finished.
But then I was at Action earlier today. I had to control myself, like, Maryam, you came here for one go and one go only. Let's focus on that. And I was thinking to myself, like, you know what? I should come here another time. This, because I was like,
I'll take photos. So I'm coming back. I'll
nice bench, and I was like, I should buy it. I was like, Maryam, but you don't have a garden now. Where would you put this bench? Because I kind of understand where you're coming from. And then you mentioned like you like gadgets and you spend a lot of your money on it. What would you say is the most expensive gadget you bought, and for how much?
I won't say that's the most expensive, but it was a PS. Yeah. It was a PS.
Which one of them?
PS4.
Yeah.
That was when I was in Ukraine. That was the last one. I would say I won't call it expensive, but that was what I spent my money on. Yeah, that was the last time I spent like a ton of money on gadgets for.
At least that.
Oh yeah, but then also my phone. Like, but now that I'm even thinking about it, like, you know what, I want to upgrade, but
what kind of phone do you use, Samsung or?
No, I use an iPhone. So the trick of what I do, whenever I'm buying an Apple product, I wait. I don't, I wait. No, like now I'm using an 11 Pro Max. So instead of buying 12 or 13, I waited till the 15 is out. So I just take a jump.
So you just...
so that when the next one comes, I'm not buying it. I'm waiting it out for maybe 2 years. And
mine is also 2 years.
So I wait. I don't like that because I feel it's not smart when you're always changing it every time. When especially nothing is wrong with your phone, you're changing it every year.
I think now I have a 14. So I'm like, I'm not buying the 15, but I think the one that comes out this year, I'll most likely
16.
Because I feel like 2 years is a good time to wait because, after 2 years, something will happen.
Yeah, because why I started doing it 2 years was because originally that's the time Apple used to bring their products, their phones every 2 years. Yeah. But with the one year, I was like, nah, I can't be doing that. It's waste of money. In my opinion, it's waste of money to be changing it every year when it still has almost the same features as the previous year. So I was like, no, I'll just wait 2-3 years. Then I move. Or if I'm not even interested, I just move like that.
Yes. And I have a final question for you. Is it final? Yeah, I think a final question for you. And then after that, we're going to a game.
Okay.
So my question would be, what is one thing in one sentence that you wish you had known? It's not savings.
That is not savings?
Yes. Regarding your finance.
I think the knowledge.
Okay.
I think the knowledge, it's not even about just savings, the knowledge in general about finance. We just know the basic, but we don't know the in-depth knowledge with regards to finance. And I think that's something I think even people in Europe, most people don't even know about it. Yeah. Because it kind of wrecked me when I was trying to do my tax. When I came here, I was trying to learn. I did not know jack about doing my tax when I came here. So it was crazy. And I think that it's just the knowledge of how to get started with these things that is the most valuable thing I think anyone can learn. Yeah.
I think that's actually a good answer because I also think like people shouldn't just jump into like, oh, people should save or invest. Like you need to understand like as an individual what works for you because what works for Terry is different from what would work for Maryam. Like, and also the kind of risk appetite you have also determine the way you would handle like your money and this and what I would like to spend my money on is going to be extremely different.
Exactly.
It might even be the same, but still it's like very different this thing. So I think a lot of people actually should educate themselves on finance. So I think that was actually a good answer. So this is actually my the part I like the most. So we're going to have would you rather.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
And you tell me what you would rather do within those 5. But before I go into that, I said I had a final question. That was me.
Okay.
Yes, but a guest that came before you had a question for you.
All right.
I don't think I've seen this question, but I'm going to see it for the first time. So as I'm reading it out, I'm also hearing it for the first time.
Okay.
So let me just jump into that. Oh, okay. What is your opinion on joint investment with a partner, particularly a man?
Okay. My take on joint accounts, I'll talk based on experience from my parents.
Yeah.
My mom, as I said, she's an accountant. She kind of made us understand that it's not a bad idea to have joint account with your partner. However, when it comes to your expenses, it becomes like I don't know, it depends on your relationship with your partner. That's the most important thing, because if you people are putting hands together to use the joint account for your expenses, your individual expenses, there will be clash and conflicts, and then you cannot resolve it all because you're taking out of the joint accounts, spending when you're not meant to be spending, whatever. So I have 2 answers for that. So, like I said, according to my mom, it's good to have a joint account when you are setting aside funds for something, maybe for your children or your building project or something like that. Not to even put your hand inside, don't touch it.
Okay.
But have your individual accounts. That's what my own take, my answer is going to be. Having a joint account is good.
Yeah.
When you know that you're not going to touch that money, it's going to be something for the future with your partner. If it's going to be buying a house, it's going to be money for your kids, for their school. Like, I don't know, maybe a trust fund for your kids or something like that. Yeah. Keep it aside that none of you would touch. But because the moment you people are sharing the accounts and you're taking all your expenses from there, it's going to be trouble. Like, I've seen a couple of people, whether it's in movies or in real life, I've seen how it has really destroyed relationships, all because everybody does not understand the limit as to how much they should spend when they are sharing an account. So,
Yeah, I think that was a good answer because I don't think there's a right or wrong answer in this.
There's no right or wrong answer, exactly.
Because it depends on like the individual and what you've like agreed on with your partner, how you want to. Like, some people are like, yeah, I'm all for it. Let's all have everything together and share it. But some people are like, you know what? I beg, let me just keep my money to myself. If you want me to contribute, I will.
Yeah, especially if you know the capacity of your partner.
Yeah.
If you know that your partner is someone that likes to spend money.
Yeah.
Why would you want to have a joint account with the person? Then you not start having heart attack at any small withdrawal that is being made.
You wake up one morning and the money is gone.
It's gone, yeah. And that's actually very frustrating. So you know your partner, discuss with your partner, okay, this is what it is. If you want us to have a joint account, what is going to be the joint account? What is it going to be about?
Yeah.
Is it for our spending or is it for future reference? Let us know so you know how to go around it. I always tell people not to do joint accounts, but then if you want to do joint accounts, let it be for a cause. That's what I just tell people.
I think that's a good answer, and more so, that's actually a good question because I wouldn't have even thought about the question, to be honest. Okay, now we can finally get to the game part, which is would you rather. So there are going to be 5 questions, and I'm going to give you 2 scenarios, and you tell me which one you prefer.
Okay.
Would you rather always get a 10% discount wherever you shop, or always get 10% extra cash whenever you sell something?
So, I don't sell anything, so I think I'll go for a discount.
That's actually a good answer.
I don't sell anything, so I'll go for the discount.
Okay. And the second one, would you rather have your dream home fully paid for, but you can't travel? Or travel the world for free, but live in a modest apartment.
Modest.
So you rather travel though? You love traveling that much?
Wait, when I have the opportunity to travel, why not? I'll travel. What's modest apartment? I'll live in the apartment when I travel.
I would choose the same, to be honest.
I'll choose travel.
But the minute say I may have to stay in the apartment forever. God, I beg.
For what? Forever? I don't know.
This is actually very interesting. I'm curious to see what you say. Would you rather win $100,000 right now or have $1,000 added to your salary every month for life?
1,000 added to my salary, so for life, yeah.
That's going to take you like 10 years. And I've never added like inflation rates.
No, like, because when you say 1,000 for life, you can still save.
Yeah.
With 100.
So that means you have to work for like 10. I think that's actually a good option.
Because you whatever I'm making, you're adding an additional to it. And it's going to go to my savings.
Yeah, but if you get $100,000 cash now, you can already immediately like invest that money. That would almost like give you more money.
I don't know. I know that's a very trick question, but I always tend to tell myself that if I have that kind of money, I will spend it. I won't spend it responsibly. Because it's there. The money is there.
So you just
and you spend it foolishly without even knowing.
So you rather just have the 8,000.
Because if it's there, you might just be buying things that you don't even need, and you just.
I was thinking in terms of like compound interest, because like I'm like, if I have the $100,000 now, I'm just going to lock it into an investment, and it's just going to keep rolling. By the time it's like 10 years, I should have already have like maybe $1 million, and by then that's when you'll be getting to like $80,000 or something like that.
That's
not up to $1 million. But it will have made more money for me. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's actually a nice one. Like I said, it's a trick question.
Yeah. And my fourth one is: would you rather have the ability to never pay taxes again, or have free electricity for life?
Have I paid taxes?
You don't want to ever pay taxes.
I pay taxes because with the way Netherlands is chopping 30% or how many percent of your tax like this?
Like 35 or 37.
35, yeah. Like seriously, nah. So I prefer. I don't want tax. Electricity can always get generator or something like
how
this.
much compared to tax? Okay, the final question: would you rather always find $5 bills in your pockets, or always find $50 bills in old jackets once a year?
So $5
bills in your pocket
every day?
They didn't say, it wasn't specified.
Or
but let me add it. Would you rather? It's not every day, like randomly you just find $5 bills in your pockets. So it's random. You're not sure how many times you're going to find it. But the other one, it's like for sure at the end of the year you will see $50 once a year in an old jacket.
The $5.
So you like the uncertainty?
Because yeah.
Because it could be higher, it could be lower.
Yeah. So even if you say $5, I can find something higher in the jacket randomly. So I think I would prefer for the. I think that way it's more spontaneous. I'm not expecting than when I'm just sitting down for the year to wait for $50. Yeah. So I think spontaneity also helps.
Yeah.
I like the spontaneity of things. I don't know. I'm not going to put my mind and heart there in it.
And thank you for playing the games. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
I did. I enjoyed myself.
So it's almost a wrap for Finance Chat with me. You just have one more thing left that I would ask you to do. So, I asked you a question before the games that one of the old guests asked you. So now it's your turn to ask a question to the next guest or make a statement. So it can be a question or a statement, anything you want it to be. So you get to sign in this book because I like to keep a record of everybody I've invited. And then on the other page, you can write what your question is. So you can sign your name here, your date, or this thing if you want, and then you can write here your question if you already know it.
Okay.
And I think it's a wrap. No, I think it's a wrap for Finance Chats with Maryam. Would you do the honors?
Okay.
My name is Terry, and I'm here as a guest with Finance Chats with Maryam, and it was interesting, and I would like you to get on the show yourself. So first of all, you should like, subscribe, and share. And click on the like button whenever you see the video, or also click on the, let's say, notification tab so you can be registered and getting ready to meet Finance with Maryam.